Hello,
Okay.
Kavita. Thank you so much for coming and joining us. Do you also train parents on how to use AAC for communication for kids who cannot communicate verbally?
Yes, we uh, did have a few things like, Bowl. It is an app for Android platform, which actually works on the PEX model.
Okay.
So, yeah, so if a child who is non-verbal can touch the pictures and tell us that, this is what I want, etc. And that each picture has got several categories also within that. Then, say for example, a child has to go out, so the later pictures will appear as where do you want to go. So that means, do you want to go to school or therapy or playground or just a mall, etc. So the child has to see that and then touch that what do you want to do. So we would work on those things. But before that comes one more step, wherein a child has to understand the picture also, right? So you have to describe that picture, what this picture is all about. So we begin from the child, himself,
Can't we
and
add pictures on the side? Can't we
we
add?
can add. Yes, yes, it
Hmm.
is a customized one.
Okay.
So yeah, so you can even talk to the child in your own language, whichever, whether you speak Marathi or Bengali or Hindi or English, whichever language. So you can record your own voice or whoever's voice this child is comfortable.
Hmm.
So you can do that. So that was one. We did use Avaz. You might have seen perhaps, and then we used Proloquio to go, then Clicker, Clicker 8. So all these are good ones, Go Talk, etc. So all these are good ones for individuals with autism who are non-verbal, and they do perform. But then back to back, I say one thing to the parents, that we have to be consistent in our approach. We cannot do it today and do it after 10 days. You do it every day. Consistency is very, very important to get the results.
So, do you know of any child or adult or an individual who's using these platforms for communication very successfully?
Yes, we have Tito Rajarshi Mukhopadhyay, if you know him.
Yes.
He's using Go Talk. He's writing a lot of things. In fact, you ask him the question, he will comprehend very well, and then he will reply on Go Talk. We do have Nishant. He's also doing it. I think you know them. So there are many. There are many. And in fact, one small incident which happened when I was there, I must tell you that, that there was a child who was non-verbal, and that particular day, nobody had come in, none of our staff. So I was the only one who had to deal with these individuals. And this guy would come very early in the morning. So what I did was I gave him the iPad. I opened the alphabets. So each alphabet there was one um, picture, and then name of that picture was given, like A is for alligator and so on. So what I did was Rohit, his name is. So I took him to the computer, made him sit just in front of it along with the iPad. Then I showed him how to type alligator when that particular picture was there. Believe me, next onwards till Z, he did on his own. He
Hmm.
found all the alphabets beautifully
Hmm.
onto the keyboard.
Hmm.
If you look at the keyboard, it is the figure ground perception, right? In when we talk about special ed. So, but he was able to do everything, and once he understood that he was achieving, it was such a beautiful task. It is somewhere on our website also, the video.
Hmm.
So like that, you go on to the next level, give them other words and so on, then maybe the paragraphs, and read it to them, and you will get results. But again, consistency. Yeah.
Do you can you suggest to people who are listening about some visual timers that people use, to prepare their child, to tell them, okay, wait for this long or wait for that long? Do you have any suggestions for those on iPads or on their phone from a Play Store that they can download?
I think it will be a good idea because we also did use the visual schedules. We had these, slanting, these tiny boards made out of wood only. And there were some individuals who were very particular about something which is written in front of them, and they will follow that and go ahead. So there we had done it in sections, and then the time was also written. And once you tell them that there is time on the system also, they would immediately know it. They know where the time is. They can associate with what is written there. So they do work very well. In fact, anything you want to teach them, I would say, since they are disciplined guys, we have to bring in discipline, and we can do wonders.
What I was also trying to ask you was, are you aware of any apps that they can download which would show that this much time has passed and this much more time is left on an app or something that
We
you have
already
used
have the
successfully
clock as the default app. We have the clock.
on the iPad itself,
Yes,
so
yes,
where they can use that?
yes, yes.
Okay.
On the desktop also, you can do the same thing
How
through
do
the
you
web.
do that on a desktop?
You have to just write the what is that called, clock timer, and you can download, and you can download it when it is needed.
So it would
Stopwatch.
tell us how long, it'll show us visually
You
how long.
can, yeah, you can, you can kind of time it. Say, for example, one activity is there for 30 minutes. You can time it and then let it run when the child begins it.
Oh, I'll check that. Even I was not aware of that.
Yeah, but then uh, I would say, somewhere technology makes them so attractive, or whatever you call it. They are onto the task till they finish. We never had those issues except for one or two where we used the just simple timer, not on the computer but on the iPad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And yes, these were a little older kids.
How old were they?
I think there was one who was 10, one was 14. Yeah.
Okay.
In the first batch, we had all these things when we were kind of experimenting, once we understood modalities and understood how to work with them, how to create the IP, what they like, then things were much, much easier. So that is why the entire evidence-based practice, model is.